Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and today we are going to be continuing a look at the McFarlane Toys Batman and Robin, even though it's upside down, movie wave with the collect to build Mr. Freeze. They were looking at Robin, who, let's face it, even though he's called Robin in the movie, this is Nightwing. Just colored red, but that's the Nightwing suit. He's not called that in the movie, but let's face it, that's basically what this guy is. So, here he is, the third, I guess, out of the four. But this one was actually the first one that I got out of the four. So I got this guy first, and then I got Batman second. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so this is the one that I've had the longest out of all of them. So yeah, as far as comparisons go, here he is with the other Chris O'Donnell Robin from Batman Forever, where he actually called himself Nightwing. But yeah, so there's Robin. And then here he is with the other Robin that I have. This is the Carrie Kelly Robin from The Dark Knight Returns. So yeah, definitely a different scale. But then again, she's very small. So it makes sense for her to be smaller, even though they're from the same toy line. But yeah. And then here he is with the Iceman. So yeah, there he is. He's got some size to him, which makes sense, given Arnold Schwarzenegger is a big guy. And so was the guy who was Mr. Freeze for most of the movie. And then here he is with Spider-Man. And yeah, so as you can see, he actually has a bit of size to him, which is all good. So, as far as how much size to him he actually has, why don't we find out together? So, he stands, let's say, just under 7.5 inches, or that will make him, let's say, about 19 centimeters, give or take. So, here he is. And this definitely looks like the Chris O'Donnell Robin from the second movie. And yeah, I will say that his suit was probably better in the second movie. I do really like the look of the one from the first movie, but this one's still cool. Definitely has more of a Nightwing look to it. And yeah, so the head looks good. I like the mask on there. The face looks good. Definitely has a Chris O'Donnell Robin likeness to it. The hair looks good. I like the color with it. That has a little bit of red in there for the brown. It definitely adds some more texture to it. Makes it look like real hair instead of just a brown wash over the top of his head. So there you go. You can see the musculature is really well defined, and other things are well defined on there as well. And yeah, so like I said, that looks good. I like how the red sort of transitions. This is the part that I really like about the figure. How you have this like dark red color for the Nightwing logo. Well, technically it's a Robin logo, but whatever. So you have that's on the chest. But then you have these washer caps that are, kind of standard for McFarlane figures, but they actually made those the same red color. And then they made the top of the arm, and then, going down, they painted that in red. But by making this cap red, they actually were able to continue the design there. And so I really like the way that looks. Granted, it would have looked really bad if these were black, but the fact that they are red, it just adds more to it. It makes it seem more of a continuation and more of a design of the suit, and not just a thing of, it happens to be colored that. So I really like that. And then it does have a little bit of a breakup here, but I think, I might be wrong about this, but I think that that's actually accurate to the movie. I don't think it actually goes all the way down. I think it does stop there. So I think that's actually accurate, even though that looks kind of weird. What I also like is that the red is more of a glossy type shade, or a sheen, or whatever you want to call it. And then the body itself is more of a matte black. So I like that. I like the contrast with it. It looks really good. The belt looks good. I like the way the belt looks, even though its design is pretty simple. The belt looks good. The Robin logo on there looks good. And then, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of detail going on there. The legs, they look good. They're basically just black with a little bit of a musculature sculpted on there. And then the boots, they are a different shade. But I think that's fine. That might be accurate. I don't entirely remember. But yeah, the boots themselves, they look good. I like the logos that are on there. It almost looks like an M, but I think that's supposed to be like the Robin logo. So there you go. And then he does have a cape, in case you're wondering. And it's not the type of cape that they had for the Batman figure. But it's also not the cape that they gave with the other Robin figure, where it was actually cloth. So This one is still sculpted, but it's a soft sculpt. And so you can like technically move it around a little bit, but I really like the way it looks from the back. If you look at it from the back like this, it almost looks like the Tim Drake Robin from Arkham Knight. That's actually what that kind of looks like now that I think about it. So I think that looks really good, and I like how it is kind of windswept just a little bit. But yeah, so there's not really a whole lot else to talk about. I mean, you can kind of gather what this guy's all about, so there you go. And then as far as the articulation goes, the head can go up about that far. It can go down about that far, so there you go. Not really a whole lot going on. And then you do get some attitude there. You know, it can move all the way around however you want it to be. For the arms, they can go out really far, so that's pretty good. It does kind of mess up the sculpt there with the Robin logo, but it's not too bad. And then they could, rotate all the way around, so you do get that. You do get a bicep swivel there, so that's pretty good. You do also get a double jointed elbow that doesn't exactly look the best, but it is there. And then you do get a swivel and a hinge for the wrist. So there you go, there's that. And then for the torso, so using both joints of the torso, he can go back really far, which makes sense because this guy is an acrobat, so he can go back about that far. And he can also go forward, like, for a McFarlane figure, that's actually really far forward. Yeah, he can actually go forward quite a bit, but yeah, he can definitely go back. So if they just put the ball joint in the middle of the sculpt there, you could actually have him go far forward and back, but whatever. They're just doing what they're doing. And yeah, they won't be able to do it for much longer. Yes, so he does kick forward about that far. He does go back a decent amount too, so that's pretty good. The legs do also go out to the side, as you would expect, given this guy is an acrobat. Even though his character didn't really fit that, they did, give him the circus origin story, so there you go. And then he does have a thigh swivel. He does also have a very tight, double-jointed knee. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, it is a lot of work, but yeah, he does have a double-jointed knee there, so that's pretty good. And then, for all that work, we're going to put it back. And then he does have an ankle joint that, does rotate, does go back about that far, and then it goes forward about that far, so like that. That's not too bad. And then you do get a toe joint as well. So that is about all you have for the articulation for Robin. So there you go. As far as accessories go, he does come with this, but if you collect McFarlane figures, we don't need to talk about it because you already know what that is. But then as far as other accessories go, he does also come with a trading card, and if you saw my Batman review, then you know what this is. This is basically the box art for the movie, as well as like the poster when it first came out. So there you go, they just have Robin's mugshot on there. And then if you read the bio, other than it saying that Robin's name is Dick Grayson, that bio with the Dark Knight battles is great, whatever. That is the same bio that they had for Batman. So it's the same bio as well for Poison Ivy and Batgirl. So yeah, just to keep that in mind, they didn't really do anything different with that. So there you go. You don't really need that, but we do have these as well. And you might be wondering, well, what are these? Well, if you remember, if y'all have seen the movie, then you would know at the beginning of the movie, he basically gets caught by Mr. Freeze, and he gets kind of frozen, as you would expect. So what you can do is you can have this one that kind of covers his torso, like the top part of his torso as well as his face. You could actually do more with that if you wanted. Like you could have it, like go onto his leg, and it could be, kind of like that. If he's like trying to kick, you could have him try to kick forward, and then it could be like, covering his leg like that. But I think it's supposed to cover his face because his face is covered in the scene in the movie. So there is that. And then he also comes with this piece, and you could really put this wherever, but I think where it's supposed to go is on his opposite arm here. So that can kind of cover up his other arm, and it has these like, it's almost like these clips on there. I forgot to talk about the gauntlets. How did I forget to talk about the gauntlets? Well, he has them. Yeah, so there you go. He, that just kind of fits in there like that. You kind of get the idea. It's not really the best fit for now, but if I tried, it could work. So there you go. So you can have him sort of iced up there, but then if you take the accessories that came with the Batman figure, So these here, you could put these over his hands. And I know that the other piece is kind of covering his hand already, but you get the idea. So you can kind of do something like that. So you can have him be like super iced up. And then you need Batman to take him and put him into that hot tub or whatever that was so he can get out. So there you go. Yeah, so that's about all that I have for this guy. Well, I guess, last thing is we'll talk about the box. Why not talk about the box? It's the same kind of box that we had for the last one. I like the red on there. I like the logo on there. And then on the back, it shows that he comes with the arms. And I do remember that because, like I said, I built this guy together, by collecting all the figures. And I did get the arms first. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with just the arms. I need more of the figure. And then I got the Batman figure. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with the arms and the legs? And then I got the other figures, and then it all came together. So there you go. So there's that. Not really a whole lot else going on. And not really anything else going on with this guy either. So if you enjoyed this review, you like Robin, you like the suit, you like the movie, anything like that, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this guy or of anything else, with Batman Robin or, whatever it might be. And if you want to see more content like this, do be sure to subscribe, as well as let me know in the comments of what type of content you want to see. If just like more of what I already do or more of a specific thing, just let me know so I can have more of an idea of what y'all want to see. But that's all that I have for today. So other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed and that I will see you all later. Goodbye.